There we go. It's, I don't know if you can see it, it's about 43 degrees on there outside today in Moscow. So I keep inside the flat and just work a little bit on the internet. It's a Saturday, but I will have to obviously go out a little bit to just exercise a bit to get some fresh air, so I'm going to go out shortly. It's already, well, it's up past 7 o'clock, so it should be a bit cooler. I'll go out for the sundown. So basically I'm next to this museum, which is the Pushkin Museum of Art, which is one of the biggest, probably the biggest art collection, bigger than the Tchaikovsky even, collection of modern art. There's amongst other museums like the Glazunov Museum, and yeah, this is the Pushkin Museum of later art from Europe and America. It's not the Russian collection, but as you can see, the queue is huge. So it goes all the way around the corner. It doesn't go into the office here. I think that they're letting in 20 or so people at a time there. I started when it was back at that gate there. I think it's about an hour of standing to get in. When you do get in, you're not even allowed to use the camera to film anything, so I can't give you a film of what's inside it, unfortunately. But I thought I'd give you the impression of what museum land looks like. Just here, just off to the Kremlin slightly. Kremlin's up the road there in that direction. This is like a kind of Kensington area, if we're comparing, using the conceit, if you like, of comparing Moscow and London, then this would be like the South Kensington museum place with all the Tates and what have you, and the museums of this and that. So it's yeah, and people like it. They queue up to get into it, and people visiting Moscow from all over Russia and the former Soviet Union will want to go here. So that's why it's a big queue, and so at the end of the day, the space in there isn't all that big for a big collection. So yeah, I suppose it's healthy that there's a bit of a queue. At least it means that culture isn't dead in the minds of people. Okay, so we're on Prospect Mira, and one of the interesting things here is the Soviet Bank. The Soviet Bank is Bank Sovietsky. It's being advertised here by none other than yours. Well, not yours truly. That would be me, wouldn't it? That would mean myself, which it isn't. But the well-known, in any event, Gérard Depardieu, who says "Поэтому и Sovietsky." This is why it is the Soviet Bank, because I'm with it, I suppose. Gérard Depardieu signs it, so apparently he writes that well in Russian and speaks that idiomatically in Russian. If you want to believe it, then you're very welcome to. So there you are. This restaurant here is an attempt at a Bavarian beer halle. It's called Beer House, and it's selling Bavarian beers. That wasn't so pleasant. Some water dropped right in my eye, which isn't so great when it's not raining. Never mind. Hopefully it's not acid or anything for filming. But there's some post office stuff going by. Yeah, I've been here now. It's a little over a week. Haven't filmed a great deal because I reckon I've got my whole life ahead of me to do a lot of filming, and I want to do it a little bit more, you know, maybe, I don't say plan it, but at least have some idea in my mind what I want to film, so that you don't get some higgledy-piggledy view of Russia, or Moscow at any rate. This isn't really a cross-section of everything there is in Russia. It's interesting to see the Moscow flowers. And they go on for a long time, because they've been here in November and they've still been out, but they really do good floral displays all over the place in Moscow, you know. They really are very good at it, the city and their gardeners. Let me just show you a few of these nice ones here while we're on the topic of it. You can see the TV tower over there near where I live. There you go. And hopefully the colours are coming out for you nicely on the camera. This is, of course, my rather simple camera. There's some beautiful that's not necessarily coming out on camera exactly the way I see it. It's a really rich colour. The way that I'm seeing it with my eye there is really beautifully rich. I feel almost tempted to get that on the phone. I think I will, in fact.